Well, good morning. Good morning. Running a little late, but we here. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Oh my goodness. Hey, hey. We are on Zoom, not Zoom, YouTube. I'm putting this in my other communities to let the people know that I am live. YouTube.com/educator to trader. We're real close to the market opening now. Forward march. Forward march. Okay, we're here. Yep, I won't waste any time running super late. Happy Monday. Good morning. Ward is first again. He likes being first. Well, good morning, Ward. We are here. Let's see what we got earnings-wise. Well, let's not go there first. I think I'm going to go to the VIX first. Let me get my screen. Let me put this on the right screen. There we go. Let's go ahead and get moving so that way we can hit our stuff in a reasonable time frame. We got about 10 minutes before the market opens. Don't want to waste any time. Sorry for being tardy. I was talking to my son, had to get some updates from his weekend, and I didn't want to cut that off. Even though y'all are important, I have to keep my priorities in line, and my son falls a little bit higher on the priority list. Okay? Toy King, hi there. New face, new name. Hi there. The VIX is at 25.22, right? We told you above 20 is normal right now. Up to 30 is kind of, it feels high to us now. 25, 30, that's where we are in our volatility area. The ES or SPX 500 is currently at 55.33. It's moving real nice. We're about 10 minutes, a little bit less than 10 minutes from the market opening. We're at about 55.33. Markets look like it may gap up a little bit because I think we closed at low 5500s on Friday. All right. Tariffs dominate Trump's first 100 days, and the end game is still cloudy. Stock futures slipped to start a huge week. Huge week being from the standpoint of we've got a lot of earnings happening this week. A lot of big boy earnings are starting to happen this week. So we've got to keep that in mind. All right. Dow futures, let me refresh this because this has been up a little minute. So I want to refresh these numbers to make sure that they are good. Let me hit the our Monday calendar from Forex Factory doesn't show anything for today. Tomorrow we've got job openings. Wednesday we've got GDP coming up. PCE is big on Wednesday. Those are the ones that are going to probably be more market movers. But today, I won't say we've got clear skies, but today there's nothing there. Investing.com does have the 3-month bill auction and the 6-month bill auction today. The Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index is 10:30. Then those bill auctions are at 11:30, right? I'm going to go back to, well, CNBC. There we go. CNBC has the Dow futures up 86 or 0.2%. S&P futures up 7 or 0.13%. NASDAQ futures up 18.1%. Oil is red. U.S. 10-year bonds are green. S&P futures inch higher as traders await big tech earnings, progress on trade deals. Agriculture isn't nearing trade war tariffs crisis. It's a full-blown crisis already, the farmers say. Chinese factories are stopping production and looking for new markets as U.S. tariffs bite. IBM pledges $150 billion to boost U.S. tech growth, computer manufacturing. Come on, IBM. Come on in the room. Let's see where we had some earnings. I want to look at while I'm already on this screen. This morning, we've got Domino's Pizza, MGM Resorts, Opera, FEMSA, I'm on the right ones, Roper, Bank United, Bank of Maria, Revity, CEMEX, and Alliance. Alliance is, I'm trying to see what that is, some kind of partners, resource partners. Aftermarket today, we've got Waste Management, NXP, Five Below, Nucor, Teradyne, Welltower, Amaris Bank, Amcor Technology, Transocean, and Rambus. Tomorrow morning, before market opens, we're going to have SoFi. Y'all know SoFi is my darling. PayPal, UPS, JetBlue, Royal Caribbean, Coca-Cola, Pfizer, Spotify, Altria, and Shift4 Payments. Later this week, we're going to have Microsoft is going to report. Caterpillar's reporting on Wednesday. Meta Wednesday after market closes. We're going to have Amazon and Apple are both reporting on Thursday. MasterCard and Visa are reporting this week. Riot is reporting. We got a lot of some people that's coming through Roku this week. Listen, it's going to be some movements. McDonald's, Western Digital, we got Roblox. Listen, it's gonna be a lot happening this week. Moderna. So y'all just need to ride it. All right. Don't get yourself in the way if you don't have to. Just know that it's gonna be a little bit of waves. Hey Yusuf, hey Tanya. Ward and Ward's already here. DJIA Futures is plus 79 points. And Marcia, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Well, let's see what else we got. Adam gave us some numbers this morning. On Friday, a failed breakdown of 54.67 triggered long as posted. Target was 55.39 in SPX, and we hit 55.37. 54.89 was then support as posted, and we held it all night. The plan today, 54.89 to 55.24 is all chop. Let structure form and hold your runners. 55.08 to 54.89 equals support to keep 55.32 and 55.39 plus alive. We dip if we go down below 54.89. The gap between SPX and ES is about 26 points. The gap, if you look at the chart, hey Drew, if you look at the charts of ES and SPX, there's a gap between those two charts of about 26 points. If you're trading XSP, look at 553, 554 call credit spreads and 547, 548 put credit spreads. Not investment advice, just saying those may be areas that you check on and the top and the bottom if you're trading XSP. All right. Looking at last week's trades list, we had gold, McDonald's. They both were profitable. Cisco, DIA, Home Depot, J&J, all profitable. Microsoft call credit spread was the only one that wasn't profitable. Now, Microsoft got on a horse last week and went running. It hadn't been going nowhere for a long time. All of a sudden, last week, it decided it was ready. Maybe leading into earnings, it started to move a lot last week. That was the only trade on our list that was not profitable. But, 6 out of 7, 86% win rate. Snap it up for our trades list last week. Profitable last week. This was my SPX 0 DTE results for last week. Everyday profitable. That was my goal. Was it everyday green, everyday green, everyday green. Pulled in about $4,300 last week on SPX 0 DTE. Credit spreads. It's credit spreads money, right? This credit spreads money. So this ain't buying calls and buying puts. No, this is credit spreads money. All right. Feel me. Credit spreads. Thank you, Tanya. Credit spreads money. People like credit spreads feel like you can't. Okay. So you can say all you want or what you can't do, but this credit spreads money. This is what we're doing over in the E2T crew, the option seller zone. Not just me, but my folks over there making money too. It ain't just me making money. It's the people over there. Because if it was just me, that wouldn't be any fun. We want to have people we can win with. We want to win with other people, not just ourselves. We want to win with other people. All right. This is our list for the week. All call credit spreads. Some of these stocks seem to be recovering. They all had a big drop, and some of them seem to be recovering. So we're going to take a look this morning and tomorrow morning. We got a few headwinds this week because we've got some earnings coming up. And some of these earnings will affect, like SPY and IWM are affected by some of these things that have earnings. So we're gonna take it slow this week. We're not entering into some of these too fast. I do like Home Depot a lot off this list. I did like the SPY trade off this list, and IBM. I liked Home Depot and IBM probably the most of this list. I like Home Depot and IBM the most on this list. And I said, may still keep a good low eye on those to see if we want to take the community into those two trades. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go look at some charts before we get any deeper into this. The market's getting ready to open, so we definitely want to be on a chart. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go to a chart so we can see the market when it goes ding, 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 ding. Yeah, let's go to regular SPX and see where we open. We get ready to hear the bell. Let's get to a smaller time frame. Let's go to a 5-minute, even though I don't really trade. I don't trade the 5-minute chart, but I wanted, since we're getting ready to open, I will go to the 5-minute so we can see, just for watching's sake, we'll go to the 5-minute chart. This is SPX watching the market open. I think we're at what, 55.30 something. Let's see where our first candle populates at when it opens up. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. It hasn't made, there we go. First candle. We opened at 55.29, a little bit up from our, like 4 points up from where we closed the other day. If we were putting our little gap on here, we closed at 55.25 and we opened at 55.29. That's a small gap. SPX won't have no problem dipping and going right on back into that gap and saying, yep, we're good. We can go ahead and grab that. Good morning, Julie. That's what SPX has got going this here morning. Yep, ready to run right now. Up and going. But listen, Mondays are the days that everybody, what's quote unquote everybody, has taken their time over the weekend to do their studying, to look at charts, to do their charting, to put in orders, yada, yada. So Monday mornings, this first 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, the system is now processing all of the orders that were put in over the weekend. The system is now taking all these orders in the order that they came in, and it's processing. So all the stuff that's happening now is all of the weekend and pre-market stuff that's been put in. This is not, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is not the time to jump into the fray and be like, let me put my stuff in too. No, first of all, you're getting behind everybody who's already put their orders in. And by the time your order get filled, yeah, all them other orders is there, and you ain't no telling what's going to go which away. That's, which away. That's not just which way, it's which away. Just sit and watch for a minute, especially us sellers. Now, if you're a buyer, do what you want to. I don't coach buyers. I coach sellers. I coach option sellers. And option sellers, we don't have to be in a rush because we got time on our side. Option sellers got time on our side. We don't have to be in a rush to do nothing because we got time. Theta decay is our friend. Theta decay is our friend. That's a big old first candle, though. We popped in and went running. Yes, yes, yes. SPX got its good moving going. Let me slide this over a little bit. Maybe we can see another chart at the same time. We can look over here to the right and we can see what else has got its good movement going. Let's see if this is, let's see if IWM show us anything of interest over here. Let's get us on a 5-minute chart over here too. It popped and locked as well. Good, nice, solid open this morning. Let me get a little more. There we go. This is the IWM currently at 195 and some change. Running on up. Was this a gap I wrote on here? Oh, this was the opening range. I put the opening range on. Okay, I have an indicator. Over here. The ORB indicator is on opening range breakout. Opening range from, yep, that's what's over here. So it's set it for here. And once this next one, this next 15-minute candle is ready, it will it will give us that next one too. That's what this little gray thing is the opening range on IWM. That's what we got going. Y'all see how that SPX candle went all the way up here and now it's pulling on back? What I tell you about all those orders that are coming in. Good morning, Raymond. How all those orders are coming in and it's going, you think, oh, we're going up. And it went up there and pulled right back. For all we know, it's getting ready to come right back into this gap. There is something called the 10 o'clock turnaround, even though I think it's not like the 10:30 turnaround, 11 o'clock, because it seems like it's kind of shifted a little bit. Maybe that's with the volatility, the 10 o'clock turnaround where things are going one way for the first 30 minutes. And maybe after that, it switches itself to some other direction. And that seems to be happening, but it seems to be happening a little bit later now. Still, a turnaround happens. Generally, there's a turnaround that happens sometime in the morning. Sometimes that happens. Okay. We'll come back to our charts here in a minute. Well, let's before we go away. Well, no. Is there anything else I'm trying to see in the short term? Not really. Nothing that I can't swing back around to. Trying to think of where I want to go next. I don't know if there's anything I want to do that I particularly want to do next. Ooh, look at this shooter forming. That's what this is, a shooter. That first 5-minute candle is what's called a shooter. Long wick at the top, a lot of sell pressure, indicates I'm going down. That's what that's an indication of. This is called a shooter candle. If you don't know nothing about some candles, I created a whole resource, Chart Your Way to 100K, which talks about all the candle patterns. It talks about indicators, talks about how do you chart, what is a chart, what is a candle, what is a candle made up. It starts basically at the beginning and takes you all the way through the stuff that you need in order to do good charting technical analysis training, right? This is all on my website, educatortotrader.com. You can go right in there, get you a full resource. There's a lot of people, and far too many people, if I'm honest, that are out here trading in these streets that don't have a clue, don't have a really good clue on charting technical analysis, right? And we need to have a little bit more clue about it. All right. We definitely need to have a little bit more clue. Go over there. Charting is going to make the difference. It's going to make the difference. I have found that it keeps me, it helps me enter trades, number one, and it keeps me in trades that I would be fearful that my trade that I selected is now going the wrong direction because the chart or the price looks like it might be, but I can go look at that chart and go, I think I might be okay. So charting technical analysis is going to help you, give you a little bit more confidence to stay in some of your trades and keep riding it out. Keep on riding it out. I asked y'all before to come on and join me over on LinkedIn. Hopefully y'all come over and join me over on LinkedIn. I started an Educator to Trader page. Now, y'all know the vibe over on LinkedIn is different than it is on Facebook and Instagram. It's more of an educational vibe over on LinkedIn. And I'd love to have you come over and follow me over on LinkedIn. I'd appreciate it, actually. I would totally appreciate it if you would come over and join me on LinkedIn. Come over and follow us over there. I'd appreciate that. All right. I put the link into the comments. If you don't mind, let's go back to the chart real quick so we can see what's happening. I can see the charts and y'all can't, even though you can see them on your own screen, which I'm sure you're looking at your own screens, not just looking at mine. You're probably not looking at mine at all. You just listening to me. Probably not even watching my charts at all. I'm going to put this on SPX too, because I want to see that opening range breakout over here on SPX. I want to see how the ORB actually works as an indicator, how it's starting to form the area. It's got that first 5-minute candle, even though I've got the indicator set to do the first 15 minutes. I've got the settings on 15 minutes. Come on, so I can say, oh, there it is. Opening range from 9 to 9:45. Yep. So it'll continue to build that window. It got the first 5 minutes and it'll keep. There's some people who trade the opening range breakout. We look at it when we get the opening range, we see how it breaks out, but we use it from a seller standpoint, not from a buyer standpoint. Some people use it as buyers. When it breaks out, they look to see, to ride it going up or ride it going down. As sellers, we do it a little bit different. We check to see which way it's going, and then we get on top of it or underneath it and do it with credit spreads. That's how we do. That's the way we do it as sellers. And we see how it's going to pan out. We got a few ways that we looking at things, right? We just watching some charts right now to see what's happening. See what's going on with these charts now that we're at the open. Usually I'm on and off here by the time the market opens, and we're not here watching the opening charts, but we're here together. Let's see how Home Depot opened. I was talking about looking at Home Depot. Home Depot had a nice little green candle open, followed by a red candle. We're on the 5-minute chart. We're about less than 10 minutes into the open. IBM. I wonder if that news from IBM caused it to pop. Yep, it did. IBM that said they were going to put some money in the game, and folks was like, "Yeah, let's just see. Let's just see what we got going." I think our strike for our call credit spreads we were talking about was at 240. So we're going to wait and see what it does up there. A good rejection will be a good entry for us. I believe 240 is what we were looking at. A good rejection of that, or maybe good entry for us if it rejects at 240 to see what we can do going back down. Get us a few dollars in premiums and ride it back down. Let's see if it's a reject up there. It's $5 away. Oh, SPX decided it's got a little movement. That's what's over here to the right. SPX is boosting up that high, the high from the open. Let's put some little stuff on our previous day high, previous day low. We're on the daily chart here. Previous day high, previous day low, previous day open, previous day close. You're in my community, you know what I'm talking about. Previous day high, low, open, close. And today's open and close, high and low. You got some lines you can put on that's going to help you with some support and resistance areas. Give you some areas to look at. IBM's kind of wicking at the top. Let's go back to SPX over here on the main screen. Oh, I did not mean to show that, but I guess it's fine. Ooh, SPX, where we going? Where we going? Got a little movement underway. Got a little movement underway. Look at you. Look at you. So funny. Let's see what's Janae's buddy doing. Oh, NVIDIA. Not going the same direction. Nvidia like, I'm going on down. Y'all can go up if you want to. I'm going to go on down. I'm going down over here. Might be an indication that the direction change is coming. Might just be that. Well, we're not going up for long because this is the ES over to the right. ES is what SPX follows. Yeah, we're still in the 15-minute window. This is a big 15-minute candle for SPX. It's about a 20-point move. 20-point move. This is the ES over here in its first 15 minutes. It's not doing the same move as SPX. Not looking the same, though. These don't look the same. One of these things is not like the other. All right, let me switch back to where we're going. Because see, we in the morning when as sellers, these things don't I won't say they aren't of interest, but they aren't as much as interest. I'm interested in what kind of move we get in the morning, just so we can see what's going on. And then I'm gonna come back a little bit later because we don't be pressed about it in the morning because I'm not necessarily trading in the morning. I'm still, enjoying my coffee, loading the dishwasher, doing the different stuff around the house. Because then when the afternoon comes, that's when we gonna get active, as they say. We get active when the early afternoon comes. That's when we get active. There's our opening range breakout. Opening range is here. Looks like it's on the top of that. Seeing if it breaks out of here. We'll see. We don't trade it till it break all the way out. Don't be. Last week we were fooling up with it basically and didn't let it break all the way out. Ended up with an issue because we didn't let it break all the way. You got to let it break all the way out. If it don't break out, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Right? It need to be broke. Sometimes, and what you really also might want is a breakout and then a retest before you're confirmed to break out. You want it to break out, retest, and confirm that it's actually broken. Make sure it's gone. I want to make sure you broke out. All righty. So as option sellers, I was just talking about what we do as option sellers. As option sellers, we're looking at credit spreads on regular stocks that have weekly credit spreads. We're looking at daily SPX and XSP spreads. We're looking at cash secure puts. We're looking at covered calls. And the cash secure puts are actually used to acquire shares at lower prices. So we look at things like different stocks you like, anything you like. Really don't have to be things like, it's whatever you think you like, but you want to pay a little bit less for it. You can do cash secure puts on those. Or it could be that you just want to use cash secure puts and covered calls for income. You can do that as well. Covered call is what you do when you have 100 shares, at least 100 shares of something, and you want to sell covered calls against it, and you make premiums while you're an owner. That's what we do with covered calls. This is what we do in the option seller zone membership. We do these kinds of things, seller strategies or option rider strategies, because we're riders. We're not buyers of options. We're sellers of options. Just like you got buyers, people who buy calls and buy puts, you also have sellers. Somebody's got to be on the opposite side of that trade. And that's what we do in our community is I'm option selling. We're selling options. SPX playbook is what leads into some of those profits you saw that I posted, that $4,300 from last week. Some of that comes from that power hour trading SPX playbook. The SPX playbook is where you can see that strategy for the power hour, the afternoon time, the last 2 hours of the trading day. come in there, see how do we get into some money just to be in the market for the last 2 hours. You can do it in the SPX Playbook, $27 resource there, okay? If you just want you just want trainings, you say I can do it myself DIY, then there you are. But one thing I'm mentioning this time, I've had this a while, but I'm bringing it back to the forefront, is the one-on-one coaching. Some people don't need that. They just need to be like fine-tuned. They're looking for something specific that's just for them. They've got the different area. They don't want to go through a full training. They just want you to, help direct me exactly to where I need to go. Then one-on-one coaching, I have it at my website, educatortotrader.com. You can go there and get one-on-one coaching. I'm putting the link in the chat. I need to make sure I put this in my in the description as well. That needs to start being there. But you can get one-on-one coaching, so that way you can we can figure out exactly what you need and get you right on the road individually. All right. Great, 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 great. If you're looking for freebies, e2tfreebies.com is there. And I'm ready to land the plane. Before I go there, let's go back. I want you to see something before we go. I want you to see how SPX has come right back, or has not exited that opening range. Even though it, looked like it was getting ready to go somewhere, it poked its head out and pulled right back in. Like, nope, I don't think I'm going anywhere just yet. I'm going to stay in here. This is the 15-minute opening range. Basically still inside of here. And until we break out of that opening range, we're not. All right. As your buyer or a seller, you want to make sure that you're clear on what kind of direction you're going in. If you're not clear on the direction, you probably should hold it. Okay. You see that candle's coming on down. Until you clear on direction, you should hold it and wait. Wait for some clear direction. Okay. All righty. Let's go on to the trader declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses, my accounts growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All righty. Well, I want you all to have a great green day. It's Monday. Don't rush into anything. Trade what you see. Be wise. Be wise, right? Make sure that you take your time. Make sure you got good setups. Be clear on what your trading plan and your strategy is. I want you to do 2 things today, at least 3. I want you to stay green. I want you to get this money, and I want you to have a great green day. All right. I'll see you, everybody.